Hoffenheim has found itself in a Champions League position after topping Hannover 96 at home 3-1 behind a hat-trick by Andrej Kramaric. The first of the game came 16 minutes in as a terrible back pass by defender Salif Sane failed to reach the goalkeeper and instead fell straight into the path of Serge Gnabry, who eluded a charging Philipp Tschauner and touched to Kramaric for the tap-in. Gnabry was actually hurt on the play and had to be removed minutes later. Hannover leveled things up after just 8 minutes, but Kramaric was there to give Hoffenheim the lead back 5 minutes after the half-time break. On a corner, the outswinger evaded the pack but fell to 26-year-old Croatian, who produced a fabulous volley to send a rocket into the back of the net. And yet somehow, his third was even better. A long ball forward saw Kramaric go up against 2 defenders, and instead of taking them head-on, seeing Tschauner cheating forward, he dinked the ball past the 2 defenders, over the goalkeeper's head, and into the back of the net. A wonderful goal that sealed the deal in the 86th minute and put Hoffenheim into 4th place in the Bundesliga table, a Champions League position. Just a point behind them is Bayer Leverkusen, who will play on Saturday against Stuttgart at home, hoping to regain that position. Should Hoffenheim gain control, they would be gunning for the club's second Champions League place in club history, with the first coming this season as they finished 4th the previous year as well. They were eliminated from the Champions League playoff round by Liverpool before finishing last in their Europa League group of SC Braga, Ludogorets, and Istanbul Başakşehir. Follow at _bonfire. Liverpool may have lost Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but they might just get a reinforcement back just in time. Adam Lallana has been out since limping off against Crystal Palace on March 31 after just 5 minutes, but according to Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, he's nearing a return. Klopp said that Lallana's injury is a thing of the past, and that he's simply looking to regain match fitness to be able to fully contribute. Adam is here doing his fitness work, Klopp said in his pre-match press conference ahead of Liverpool's Premier League match against Stoke City on Saturday at 7:30 a.m. He's not injured anymore, but he's not fit yet. We hope still that 1 or 2 games might be possible for him. We will see. Lallana has truly struggled with injuries this season, spending nearly the first 3 months of the season on the shelf with a hamstring problem, plus he sat for another 12 matches after that for various reasons. Lallana hasn't completed a full 90 minutes in Premier League play this entire season. However, should he prove fit before the end of the Premier League season, that would also see him available for a potential Champions League final if Liverpool can seal the deal in Rome. Meanwhile, Klopp also spoke about Emre Can, who has seen lots of time in the trainer's room with a back injury, without an appearance since March 17. The prospects of Can returning are less promising, thank Lallana, with Klopp saying, "Emre is a little bit further away. His rehab is improving a lot. It is much better, but it is quite close to the end of the season. I haven't closed any doors on both of them," Klopp said of the injured pair. There is still a possibility. Follow at _bonfire. Manchester City might be rolling over the rest of the Premier League and considered one of the best teams in Europe, but for 21-year-old Ukrainian Alexander Zinchenko, he's not so impressed. Not with Manchester City, but rather the city of Manchester. Zinchenko told Russian website Championat.com that while he's loving the football with Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, he's really not in love with Manchester. "Here is the best football in the world, better than anywhere else," Zinchenko said, "but English life, to put it mildly, it's not for me. The weather crushes me. Plus, in Russia or Ukraine, there are more fun things to do. English life is not for me. The people here are more miserable than in the Netherlands. But I understand, the sky is grey every day and it rains constantly." He then went on to talk about how he dislikes the food in England, and how they struggled to make borscht when he asked for it at the training ground. He also seemed to be frustrated with the sense of humor in England. Later in the interview, Zinchenko compared his time in the Netherlands with PSV Eindhoven to life in England, and things got weird, we'll leave it at that. Zinchenko has made 13 appearances for Manchester City this season, including 7 in league play, so clearly Pep Guardiola likes what he sees from the youngster, but they may have some convincing to do if they are to keep him around long-term. His contract runs through 2021, so if Zinchenko wishes to move on, he would likely have to ask for a transfer. The defender did respond to the article on his Instagram, circling back on his words by claiming his quotes were translated out of context. Follow at _bonfire. For the last time as Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger will lead his side into Old Trafford to take on Manchester United. It could be one of the last tactical battles between Jose Mourinho and Wenger, who is leaving Arsenal at the end of the season, with his future still up in the air. Those two have had plenty of history, with the battles playing out on the pitch and through the media. Arsenal vs. Man United at the Theatre of Dreams. Manchester United vs. Arsenal, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday on NBCSN. Manchester United has seemed to only play well in the big matches, and it has another one coming up this weekend. Mourinho's side picked up a huge momentum-gaining win last Saturday against Tottenham and have had a whole week to prepare, while Arsenal are coming off a deflating 1-1 draw against 10-man Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. It will come down to whether Paul Pogba can dominate the midfield and keep the ball away from Arsenal's attackers. Liverpool takes on relegation-threatened Stoke City. Liverpool vs. Stoke City, 7:30 a.m. ET Saturday on NBCSN. Coming off a hair-raising 5-goal performance in the UEFA Champions League, all eyes will be on Anfield to see if Jurgen Klopp rests any of his stars from his Liverpool side when it takes on Stoke City. Liverpool seems set for the Champions League next year, but are only 3 points above fourth-place Tottenham, and Spurs have a game in hand. Stoke City meanwhile sit deep in the relegation zone, and really need to win at least 2 games if not their final 3 to ensure safety. Swansea hosts Chelsea in must-win game. Swansea City vs. Chelsea, 12:30 p.m. ET Saturday on NBC. The Swans sit just 4 points above the relegation zone with just 3 games for them left, and they're up against the wall, trying to survive. Chelsea could be a difficult foil. Antonio Conte's side appears to be coming into good form, with Olivier Giroud impressing up top, and Swansea's record against Chelsea isn't particularly impressive. But with both teams gunning for the win, it should create quite the exciting matchup on broadcast television. Back and forth we go at the top of the championship table, with Wolves already confirmed as the title winners to grab the first of 3 promotion spots. The second automatic bid is being hotly contested down the stretch. Cardiff City and Fulham have gone back and forth over the last 2 weeks, and once again the Whites have piled on the pressure. Fulham stretched its unbeaten streak to a club record 23 games, coming from behind to top basement-dwelling Sunderland 2-1, moving them back into second place, 2 points ahead of Cardiff. Fulham didn't look its usual self early on, and Sunderland capitalized to pull ahead in the first half via route 1.5 hour in. Sunderland goalkeeper Jason Steele booted a long ball forward that came to 18-year-old birthday boy Joel Asoro, who squeaked his effort past Marcus Bettinelli. The goal marked the first time that Fulham had trailed since a 3-1 victory over Barnsley on January 27. Sunderland, the last team to beat Fulham in championship play way back on December 16, couldn't hang on as their misery continues. Chelsea loanee Lucas Piazon leveled things up just before halftime as Ryan Fredericks scored one across the face of goal past Steele, and Piazon spiked it in to equalize. Alexander Mitrovic then bagged the winner in the 76th minute when he headed home a free kick for his 12th goal since joining Fulham in January. The only drawback was an early injury to Southampton loanee Matt Targett, who has been spectacular since joining in January as well. Cardiff City still controls its own destiny, down by 2 points with the game in hand, but the Bluebirds have stumbled of late. They wasted their game in hand last time out, falling to Derby County 3-1 on Tuesday to let Fulham back in the mix. The loss was the third in their last 5 games for Neil Warnock's side, and they now take on a Hull City squad that has lost just once in its last 6 matches, playing to a wild 5-5 draw with Bristol City its last time out. Fulham's final match of the regular season comes next Sunday at Birmingham City, while Cardiff City finishes things out at home against Reading. Follow @the_bonfire.